So good. That's the thing about recording music is like it's really tense because if you make one mistake, it kind of ruins the track, or so you think. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
when you listen to it back, it's actually way better than you think usually.
yeah.
So I was like listening for the mistake that I was gonna edit out, and I couldn't even find it. And I was like, no, I guess it was just like the tension of the moment.
I heard it, and my kids heard it, and they were like, but
Really?
Oh, really?
supportive. Well,
Wait,
I mean,
was it?
it is literally my anthem, so they know that song forwards and backwards.
Oh, well.
That's interesting. Well, I could definitely hear all the wrong notes on guitar.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
love that you did the like dwing dwing at the end. It was like so perfect.
Yeah. Well, hello everyone. How are you all doing on this Monday? How are you, Alexander?
I'm good.
Good.
That's
Debbie, how
good.
are you?
Good. Doing good.
Kimber?
Great.
By the sun.
All right. I know how these guys are because I just saw them. No, I don't know how you are. Did you go back to work today, JZ?
Yeah, I did. And actually, I was a little like I didn't we didn't do book club yesterday because I was a little sore throatish.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I took a nap and then I did a bunch of headstands to get my lymphatic fluid moving.
Nice.
And I took a lot of zinc that you found in the medicine cabinet. I'm glad you found that and pointed it out. And the vitamin C's, and now I'm fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was fine too. Like yesterday, I was like pretty fine, and then I got beat up by 9 hours of plane rides again, and then I was like kind of not fine, and then
Yeah.
yeah, and then I don't know. Then I took care of myself when I got home, and I'm fine today. Although my right ear's still not unpopped, but
Yeah. It's all the pushing the sinus fluids.
yeah, it's that up in air, up and out, down in altitude. It'll just
Yeah, the pressure.
yeah. Okay, well, for today's production meeting, I was just taking notes on the topic of the day, but I thought we could talk about the weekend recap, but also, Alexander, we want to go over your script with you, if that's okay.
Yeah, I didn't think you would actually want to use it.
Well, I think we want to understand it through your eyes, and then we can like make it happen. Like I'm not. Maybe it's just that I'm not a script reader. Like I don't even know quite how to render it. Like, but I mean, we also didn't have time to like extensively look at it, so we wanted to look at it with you, if that's okay.
Okay.
And then talk about the topic of the day.
Made you big in my screen.
But Jenna and Kimber, do you have anything to report from your super wildly busy chat talk show today? How did it go?
I thought it went great. Like every week we get more and more comfortable and we get off and we're like, that was so good. So
yeah. And I think it was just more, it felt more natural of a conversation and flow.
Mm-hmm.
We planned way less. Like we met an hour beforehand and that's when, well, we had like the title and everything and Kimber had already made the thumbnail, but we did everything else like right before and it got us kind of like, at least I think so, Kimber, like mentally in the mode. And then we were like ready for the conversation right off. So
yeah. And we didn't spend that hour talking about the topic, I think, which was helpful. It was just like, we knew the last topic we wanted to end on, but we knew that we just were like, let's just go on the journey and have a conversation about it, which was nice. So it's like we planned, but it wasn't like, okay, we need to have these segments. And that actually really worked for us. Mm-hmm. And I think we were both just really present in the conversation, which is like what we were looking for when we first thought about starting the show.
Yeah, there is something to be said for not over preparing, and actually, like sometimes if you like run the topic before you're on camera, it's like you already ran. It's like the first take on a thing is usually the best take when there's all this kind of real tension about the topic. Where if you talk about it beforehand and then you go on camera, you're like recreating what you already talked about, which is kind of awkward. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're often so psyched to talk about it, we kind of start talking about it and then one or the other of us like a few sentences in will be like wait don't talk about it yet,
right,
let's hit record. you know, and we really have to stop ourselves from doing that. But like either of us will jump in and say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just so you know, after years of doing the talk shows, I've pared it down to like 5 prompts for myself when I go on air because the conversation just ends up going all over. And then if there's dead air, then you go to your second prompt and then you let it go all over the place. Third prompt, you know.
Literally what we were talking about. I think that's so funny that you said that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
What does format analysis mean?
Well, so in my preparation for this, I have all the formats that we work on, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Shorts, live stream, in person, conferences, email, text, phone, like, and just like rendering ourselves to all these different formats. When do we choose which format and why is kind of like, you know, in production, because we're basically splashing ourselves all over the internet, and the question is like, when do we go to which format and why? Which was my idea.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna go get the calendars that I have so we can. Really want to show that what we did for quarterly planning because I'm really impressed with us.
Okay.
Hold
I
on.
agree. And I wanted to mention too that maybe we should talk about the make art tutorial that we were planning to do on Friday in case Debbie, Kimber, or anyone wants to do it too.
Okay, so just so you guys are in the know, we did a quarterly planning meeting while we were there, and we basically one of the formats that we work on is YouTube video. Like right now, we're in a live stream, right? But one of the formats we do is like YouTube videos on our own YouTube pages. You know, so Kimber, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do, but almost all of my content beforehand was like as a teacher education, so I had to like I had to hide those videos. So
Okay,
I'm like
Debbie,
starting.
do you have a YouTube channel?
I think I have two because had one a long time ago and I didn't do anything with it. And I have a new one and I'm not doing anything with that one either, but I would like to.
Okay. So what we kind of did, one of the things we planned was like YouTube for everyone who's on the team. And Alexander, you're welcome. We think of you as more of a producer than an actor, but so that's why we're kind of talking, you know, sideline. But any of us who are on this acting crew who want to do these YouTubes that we planned, we would love to have you in on them. So that's why we're like going to show you what they are.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, this is what January is gonna look like.
Wow.
Um, I don't know if you can see this. All right.
No.
So, but it starts with like today. There's a production meeting 5 to 8. Tomorrow, you guys have the Tuesday class, and then Wednesday we have show your work from 6:15 to 6:45. Thursday is everything under the sun at 8:30, and then Friday we've committed to doing an art tutorial video. So we're each of us.
And we plan these to the moons. Like the moon
Yeah.
was in Libra, so we're like, let's do an art video. When the moon's in Gemini, we're doing book videos. So like we kind of plan it to the moon.
So that's one of the kinds of things, the art tutorial video. And then like, let me see, the extra things on the next week are on Saturday, we're going to do the open mic. So that'll be a 2-hour open mic, 5 to 7 over in the West Coast and 8 to 10 here on the East Coast. So that's another kind of format, like the art tutorial video, and there are other videos here too. So like here's a bookshelf tour video. So we're each going to do a tour of our bookshelf, and that was in When the Moon's in Gemini. And then a room tour video where we're gonna do a kind of like MTV Cribs style thing where we're each gonna show like a room in our crib. So those are kind of like the video we do ahead of time, but then we all release on a certain day and it has to be timed to the moon. And then we have things like the open mic, and then this other thing is a project jam that we're gonna do once a month, where it's kind of inspired by the Show Your Works, but it's gonna be a kind of like we all just bring our our project, whatever projects we're working on. It'll just be like a co-working show off space, like, you know, just everybody will just be parallel play working on their own projects, but we'll be able to show each other or inspire each other and just be sitting
You know
there.
what I can do is I can make a schedule of all these YouTube videos. If you guys want the schedule, Debbie and Kimber, I can make one for all of us and then send it out. And then you don't have to commit to all of them, but if there's some that you want to do, or we just thought it'd be cool if the Moira Press team was like releasing these videos, like all these book tour videos come out on the same day, and like all. So it's like the getting to know the crew kind of videos.
And so if we upload them to YouTube, are we putting them, like posting that we've posted it and tagging Moira Press?
Yeah, like we could tag all of each other, or maybe we just tag me. I don't know how you guys want to do that.
You can add a collaborator to a video and it will show up on the collaborators page too. So we could add Moira Press as a collaborator on YouTube, and so that it'll still be on our channels.
Yeah.
And then it'll still also show up there.
Alexander, do you want to do any of these?
I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do.
Okay.
Maybe
Debbie,
you'll see the first one and then you'll get a better idea of it, or
Yeah.
Debbie, what do you think? Do you want to do some?
Yeah, I would love to. Listen. How do you, when you say tag, you mean to put the @ sign? I know I'm really old now.
Well, I think when you post on Facebook, you can tag. You go to tag friends, and then you could tag my name to it, and then it would show up on both of our pages.
But how do you tag somebody? I know that sounds stupid, but I don't know how to do that.
Share screen.
I think she's right. It's like that @ and when you start typing the name, it pops up like a list, and you're like,
Oh,
"That's the person
okay.
You know what we can do, Debbie, is we can show up 15 minutes before Tuesday group, and I can show you how to do it.
I love you.
So are we doing it
Thank you
on
so
Facebook
much.
or are we doing it on
Right.
YouTube?
We'd make them on YouTube and then share them to the Facebook wall.
Okay.
JC, do you think?
Ooh.
yeah, well, okay, so this is how I do it. I don't ever post even to my own Facebook wall. I make a post on Andy's wall, and I tag her as a person like I'm with her. Like with Jenna and Andy, and then somehow magically, it depending on how they have their settings, things where people tag them will or won't show up on their wall. So Kimber, this is kind of like outside of YouTube.
That makes
I
sense.
just make the video on YouTube and then post it on Facebook.
So not the YouTube channel, posting it on the Facebook page. Perfect.
Yeah. And as far as the collaborators go, there is no Moira Press YouTube channel. It's Andrea Garrett.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just like the description says it's the Moira Press channel, but I know it's under her name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
there
Debbie,
are also.
do you want to meet tomorrow at 5:15, 8:15?
Yes. Yeah, that'd be
Okay,
great.
I'll put that on
Thank
my
you. I definitely need that.
cool too is if Debbie does like some test posts, like it would be B-roll, but it would still be content. You know what I mean? Like testing, and then tag all of us, and we'll be like, "You did it!" Like just
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
There are social media managing software things too that you can post to one place and it will spray your stuff everywhere.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There are companies, I know companies that do it, but I think there's also basic software. I'll investigate that more. There's
Should
one
one of
called
us-
Later.
Should one of us look into that?
I know a couple of them. I don't remember their names I used to do them where it would like it'd schedule posts and it would like go to Twitter and Facebook and Instagram all at once.
So you only have to post once.
So I could do all my videos and then have them ready for the month and not have to worry about them.
Yeah.
Although you won't be under the lunar transit that is
Right. So we should be doing, is that what you're saying? We should be doing
Well, you could make
first
batch
one-
content. That's fine.
Okay.
only we will know, and our one viewer, and anyone who watches this back.
Or you can make a template so it says, "Thank you for joining our lunar transit."
Yeah.
I think tomorrow is going to be a crescent moon in Virgo, so it's perfect for me to learn how to do this.
All right. Nice.
But Kimber, I also do want to get more sophisticated with the YouTube collaborators and stuff, because I do think like it as we make more content together, it would be better if like each of us could kind of like adjust the description or add the titles or change the thumbnail or whatever if we work on collaborations. So
Yeah.
Do you guys know, is there a way to like merge YouTube? Like, I'm like Debbie, I have multiple YouTube accounts. Is there a way to bring them all together?
you can't move a video from one account to another account.
Okay.
Right now, it's not possible. It might be something that they change later, but there was that capability for a second when people had to change from like personal accounts to when they first set up like business accounts, but they don't let you move videos.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, should it keep the likes? Should it not keep the likes? Should it keep, it gets a little tricky.
So it lives one place and it can show up on another person's page, but it won't contribute. It can only contribute to one person's minutes and watch history. So the collaborator does not get that credit. I think that had to do more too with like influencers and like content creators, like because if they're all doing their videos together, then it's harder for them to split up that monetization.
Yeah, especially as more content creators are collaborating with each other, and then they're really sophisticated. They're like, I want the credit for this though, because it's my job, which
Okay, so I'll add it to my list to make the YouTube schedule and get it out to all of you guys. I'll do that tomorrow.
And should we let you know in advance which ones we're able to like opt into? Or try to do all of them?
I think you can just do it at will. What do you guys think? Do we need to know? We don't really need to know.
I think it matters if you'll feel inspired or you'll feel pressured, like I think the point is for it to be fun and for you to be able to, everybody to be able to contribute as they want to, but not for it to feel like a dreaded obligation.
Yeah. And the reason to do it is to build your online presence, basically. Is the more that they get to know you at the Moira Press, the more they'll come to your show, the more they'll talk to you, the more they'll come to you for readings. So it's like the more you show up in the modern day where everyone's flooded with content everywhere, they say it takes like 19 exposures before someone even notices you in some ways. So it's like these are just more exposures, if they're like, after seeing some, they'll be like, this Kimber chick's really interesting, but like it's not until they see your book tour and then it's all that stuff. So that's the reason to do it, I think.
I was just saying like I'll be there, or like I'm doing it, just like the Libra in me was just saying someone's gonna post on this day.
Well, yeah. How about this? When you get the schedule, send it back a memo about what you think, what looks good to you, and
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and because we were the three in the room, like we knew when we were doing other things like Andy's wedding or like I'm going on vacation. So we planned it a little around some events that we knew of. So obviously we didn't take other people into consideration in their schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you think the weekend went all together?
Amazing.
Yeah, it was so good. Oh my God, I had the best time. I hope you guys had a good time here. And I am intentionally trying to set up my house so that people can come and hang out and be creative here. So I think
those hall shots were insane. That hall when we were like going down the hall there's a lot of cool spaces to shoot there and stuff like that, and you keep a really nice craft services situation. So
oh, nice.
Amen.
All right. Well,
We got a
plan.
lot done though. We used a lot of different formats. We got a lot of we got a few clown videos done. We got music recorded. We did like tons of stuff. So and it's funny. I was reading this filmmakers magazine yesterday, and it was talking about how the filmmaking process can be wrought with conflict, and we didn't have any of that. And so I think we're doing really good actually. Um, and aside, I was reading the 25 top film festivals, and I was like, you know what we should do next year? This year we should do UAC, and next year we should meet up at a film festival.
Ooh, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, and we could like learn from the panels and stuff like that, and like submit a film, a clown film.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I also am excited that a lot of the things we recorded with two cameras. And so I want to make sure that before you start editing, Andy, you have both views. I'm not sure I uploaded both of them so that you can kind of make cuts from one to the other.
Okay, I'll wait a week to start editing and give you a week to get everything in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
And
Well,
WD, we met up and had breakfast with Judy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I made a comment about that. She's wonderful. I had lunch with her too when she came down here. She's amazing to
she's
just chat with.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was super fun.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
It
Well,
was,
thank you all for this weekend. I really appreciate you all coming, and that was just so awesome. Do we want to look at Alexander's script?
Yes.
Okay, Alexander, tell us about your script.
Let me bring it up. I can't remember.
I think I like you perhaps, Andy, I was having a little bit of trouble reading and understanding what the shots meant and who was doing what when.
We're just not used to reading scripts like this, so forgive us for being total noobs.
Yeah.
No.
Dustin.
I about halfway through, I thought this isn't your I realized it isn't your sensibility. But then I thought I said I would do it, so I did it, and so I continued the way I was going. But I still don't think it follows your sensibilities.
Well, I don't know that that's true. I think that the point was to try to do something with your artistry. Like, we don't want it to be our sensibility. Um, we want to have you. Sorry, I'm looking for it. Yeah, we wanted to have your artistry. That's why it would be a totally different video than we would do, and that's what we wanted about it.
Yeah, and also I don't think things are like, bad or failures or whatever because we have to iterate on them. Like I think this is good. Like we didn't understand it at first, which is why, if you can explain it a little bit better. I don't think that the content is bad. I don't think that the format is bad. I'm just a little confused. That's all.
Well, I don't know that we're confused. I think we just need to we just want you to go through it with us. I'm actually trying to pull it up on the screen, which is what I'm trying to do right now.
I have it up too. I visualized everybody coming together, and I visualized Jay-Z's house. I might have also visualized North Carolina
oh, wow.
inadvertently. So there are, two settings maybe. But no, you have woods near the house that you live in now, right?
Oh yeah, there are woods. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be North Carolina. And what I looked for was a way to introduce people to what was going on, and then to introduce different people, Stardoll, etc., and then to have them give them a purpose, which to me was Stardoll and Z0 being together.
Mm-hmm.
It's wedding-ish. So I did that, and then have all of them reconnect in different realms. So they disappear and they come back in different realms. And then they frolic and they leave. And I didn't write in any music because you have music, and I figured you would just play what you had.
Mm-hmm.
I just said music underneath, but that can change. It doesn't have to be the same music underneath. And then there'll be, I think there was a sequence. I don't really want to skirt through it now, but um, where we see people playing music, which I think is important to you too. We see clowns playing music.
Oh, cool. We've never seen that in a video.
So I think that would be great. And then the way in and out was the black and white hand on the keyboard. So I bookended that. I'm not crazy about bookends, but I like that. I did the interior of the hand on piano, the black and white fingered hand walking away from the camera from low notes to high to take us out the way we were brought in. It might be too linear. I don't know. There it is.
You did it.
Okay, so it says close up on the clown's face, up laughter, out cut. Like that part I don't understand. Up laughter, out cut.
Okay. Well, up means to start something in script language, and out means to stop it. So up laughter means the laughter is introduced, and out means laughter is out. On your script, I see that it says cut, and then two is below it. It should not be that way. It should be cut to on one screen. So what that means is cut to means no dissolves, no blackouts, no fade. It just cuts from one scene to the next. So close up of clown face, and then it cuts right away to fingers. And so you see I did that, and then the fingers walk to the piano, and the thumb waves. I had sort of, I don't know if I can do this. Yes, Jay-Z, you got it. You have better thumbs than I do. So we use Jay-Z's hands when that happens. Playing the part of the walking hand. And then cut to Stardoll looks from left to right. And what I was trying to do here was link all of these people together. So we link Stardoll by dissolving to Z0's eyes, not cutting. And then we dissolve to Jesse's eyes, not cutting. And then whatever music. Is there a way to, well, I can do this.
So up means music starts.
Yeah, anytime you see up, it's a sound cue.
Okay.
And then out means the sound out.
So the laughter at the
if
top
I walk up
is
to a
the
door-
sound of laughter. It's not looking at someone laughing.
No, it's the sound of laughter.
Okay.
So you're on the clown face, and there's the sound of laughter. So that doesn't mean that the clown is laughing. That means there's laughter on the soundtrack.
Okay.
I should have put in a primer for film language, but
okay, so Lumiere, I had a question. Sometimes you say Jesse and sometimes you say Jay-Z, and you mean me for both of those?
No. I mean Jesse has no makeup on.
And Z0 does.
Okay.
Yes. Z0 is character, Jesse's a character. But Z0 and Jesse are linked, so they come and go. But no, Jesse is a different person than Z0. And I didn't know if you'd like that or not. If you want Jesse to completely fade, then we can cut Jesse out. And, I actually didn't think this would actually go anyway, but
no, I like that. I like that merging of the clown character with real person. I think that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I thought of that because we're at your place.
Oh, okay.
The scene is your place. So I might have done the same with Andy if the scene started at her place.
Okay.
But Jesse is the real world, and Jesse's place is the real world. So if these people move from realm to realm, they start with the real world, which is Jesse.
Okay.
And you see at the very end, is that the end? The hell am I? No, but yeah. They're looking at each other, and then
Okay, I guess I was getting honestly pedantically confused because sometimes you say Jesse and sometimes you say Jay-Z, and I didn't know if those were two different people as well.
No,
But you just mean I'm the human character
right.
called Jesse or Jay-Z, and then there's another character that's the clown character called Z0.
Z0, right.
Okay.
Right. And they're different people.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
And Z0 may not even be a people. He's
They're
just
different
in another
characters.
realm.
Right. All right.
So, how about, do you guys want to have a meeting, maybe you and me and Jenna, to try to read through it together and see what questions we have, and also to figure out if we can make it from our 3 different locations?
Mhm.
I think we might be able to.
Now that we have a little bit of those cues of like up means this and that, like, do you think there's other film language in here that we wouldn't know, or are those the only ones?
I don't know.
What
I
is
mean,
EXT?
exterior,
Oh, okay.
exterior and interior. I didn't always mark that, but that's exterior means definitely exterior. So, but my question, if you say that, is how are you going to use all the people that live nearby Gloucester? All of Jay-Z's clown friends.
We would just have to get them in the shot somehow.
Yeah. We might be able to we could do the woods scenes in a place nearby in Gloucester that all of the other clowns could come to, my clown posse here.
Clown posse. You're insane, clown posse?
Yeah. um okay, and then I had another question. So this also, like, I don't know if I'm being too literal, but like in scene 3, Andy, if you scroll to scene 3, it's a couple pages in. Yeah.
Where are
Wait,
we?
yeah, start all in Z0. See where it says 3/4 of the way down, are holding hands as Ned is lifting their toe out of the bowl slowly. Is Ned a typo? Is Ned a character?
Yes, that's typo. It's supposed to be Z.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So what does it say?
My proofreader's on vacation.
So it says int a white bowl alone. Like, so interior, that means inside there's a white bowl alone?
Yes, by itself.
Okay.
So the idea is to so in that scene where it says scene 3, the white bowl is by itself, nobody's around. So then you see a close-up of a chart, but no hand. Close-up on chart. So you just see chart and chart A and chart B. One of those charts, you'll know, is Stardoll. The other chart is Z0. We don't need to know that, but we know that there are 2 charts going together. And then they get moved together. A mysterious hand puts the 2 charts together and places them in or on the bowl, depending on the size of the bowl.
Okay.
And then there's a shot and something's happening. And then there's a shot of all the other clowns going, or something like that. Not nearly that cliched, but something like that. And then Stardoll and Z0 emerge from the bowl. And the way that I thought you could do that without spending a lot of time on effects is just to have them come up and then have their foot come out of the bowl, so that as if they had stepped out of the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
First one and then the other person.
Oh, I see.
And the clowns are your audience for that.
Interesting. Yeah, we could probably do something. Jenna, remember the big bowl that Julie has? Ramona?
Yeah.
We could probably do something with that.
Yeah, well, I got the idea because in an earlier video you had people with a lot of white bowls, and one was supposed to get broken.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, what about a big white bowl, because it has all the earmarks of mysticism.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Yeah, I think we can do this. We might need to take a little artistic license with props that we do or don't have. And then also, yeah, if Andy, you and me can't be in the same physical place, we're just going to have to figure out how to make it in 2 different places.
Yeah, totally.
What do you
And
think
then I
about
had this idea that the bowls could represent the way that you astrological people, of which I'm not, see the planets. And so when Stardal and Z0 come out of the last bowl, they take that bowl and put it where the sun would be. Symbolic. Cheesy symbolic.
Jenna, what were you going to say?
I was thinking, like, if we wanted us to be in a bowl and the bowl's this big, what do you think about if we took like Playmobil characters and just made them clowns? Like,
Yeah.
so they symbolized us.
Lego. I could send you Lego people.
Yeah.
I have about 135 million minifigs.
Nice. Nice. So it's okay if we take liberties on the script in order to make it happen from our locations?
Mm.
Are you asking or telling?
Yeah,
me?
I'm asking you.
Oh yeah, I don't have any expectations.
Okay.
I could have written in 757 lens and living room. But I can't expect that.
But we could make that with a toy plane or yeah, okay.
Lego.
But like if
Do anything
Jay-Z
with
and me
Lego.
to hold hands, we can like have me in someone else's hand. I can film that and then use editing tricks to show that it's his hand, like his arm
Right.
can reach down, or like we
It's
can.
not,
Or
you don't
like
even need a trick.
The
You
thumb.
hold hands and then you cut to one face,
Mm.
and then cut to the other face, and cut to the hands again.
Right.
And that story is that we're looking at each other.
Right. Okay.
And we'll have a hand model on the other side, a hand actor.
You can hold the hand of your boxing dummy in your
playing the hands. And so you would also, if you two are looking at each other, for example, so you would have one person here looking at the camera but cheating out, what they say on stage. You cheat out so that you give the illusion of looking at the other person, and then the other person is here cheating out to look at that person. So if you're going from one to the other, it looks like they're having a conversation even though they're in separate frames.
Mm-hmm.
In theater, it's called cheating out, because you don't want somebody in theater to do, Ralph, get that trash can. So you're looking at ears. So you just look at them as if you're looking at that person. Ralph, get those trash cans. But they're still looking at the audience.
Interesting.
I thought that about your video. I hope you don't mind constructive criticism. But with Jenna and Kimber, it would, I think, be helpful to have a conversation between you. But you see where Kimber is in the frame right now? As we speak, Put Jenna on the other side.
Like that.
Jenna, no, you lean on the other side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, interesting.
So that it looks like you're in conversation with each other.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, it must look weird on my screen because this looks like it doesn't look.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like we're talking to each other. It did it the other way, but I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, you're because of the script here. You guys are all on the left-hand side of my screen, and you two are on top of each other. So when one of you moves to one side, one moves to the other side, it looks like you could be having a conversation.
Right. I like that idea.
I do too. And we need to have somebody in the audience to make sure we're not looking the wrong, like we're not like
well, it doesn't mean you're frozen that way, but I think in film you can have two people. I mean, there's close up, blah 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 blah, close up, blah 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 blah, and those people are on either side of the screen, which does two things in film language. It sets it up so that you're having a conversation, but also the audience member anticipates the space where the other person isn't, and they fill in that space with that person, even though they can't see the person.
I like that.
So that's why, in say a thriller where you see Harry Matagrotsky walking down into a room and there's this space and there's somebody with a knife, you see all this empty space behind them. It's to convey that person is a presence, even though you don't see that person. And it creates a kind of tension. but it gives validity to that other person. So in this case, that dead air, if you're leaning to one side or the other, gives validity to the person that's not in the frame with you.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on my list of things to do to set up a meeting with Jay-Z and Jenna where we go over the script and try to figure out how much we can understand. Do you guys want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, to discuss.
You know, you don't need to use this. It was just
We want to. It's fun.
It was just Jay-Z saying, "Hey, why don't you write us a script?" So I did.
We're trying to have fun, Alexander.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for that. We really, really appreciate it. By the way,
You're welcome.
I hope the bowl that you got for Christmas is enough to inspire you. Okay, to keep going.
You know what I got for Christmas that inspires me?
Oh, it's your tortoise moon. It's a little
Yeah.
bowl.
Oh, I thought you said the
Aw.
bowl. The bull.
Oh, it's a
The
bowl.
bull.
It's so cute.
Yeah, I heard bull
Nice.
too.
And
Okay.
Oh, found
I
you.
was so glad to see Jenna's lion. Jenna, I was so glad you brought the lion.
Yeah.
It never like came up during conversation, so like I never brought it out. But yeah, was the owl you, Andy?
No, the
that was
owl.
me.
JC just likes owls, but it's Debbie actually. Debbie, there's an
Oh,
owl at
Debbie, you
JC's
were him?
house, and it's Debbie.
Thank you. I have it. It's hanging up right on my little door here.
Yes, got owls over there too. Okay, so let's talk about our topic of the day. We have 20 minutes left, 18 minutes. So, okay, I'm gonna read off all the formats that we work in again. So just think about these. Facebook. I don't work on Instagram, but some people here do. YouTube, YouTube Shorts, live streams, doing things in person, conferences, tabling, email, text, and phone calls. Those are all the ways that we show up in the world as astrologers or, actors or what have you. So let's talk about when to use in production, when to use which format and what like why. So anyone have any thoughts on that? Okay, so here
was
I'll
great.
narrow down the question. When should we live stream versus doing a closed YouTube video?
Good question.
Okay, I think the advantages of live streaming are like you do it and it's done, it's uploaded, it's over. I also think another advantage of the live stream is when you want real-time interaction, then you can get people in the comments, they can influence the conversation, as you like to say, Andy. And you get feedback right away, and maybe it seems like there doesn't have to be as much upfront time or afterwards time
Yeah.
that is involved in it. Although I'm just only one of the things that we put on the schedule for a live stream is guess which chart. And then we also scheduled another meeting, a prep meeting for that. So maybe occasionally you'll have a prep meeting, and then also you have to make the thumbnail ahead of time.
And maybe the prep meeting there we don't want as a live stream because we want to keep it private because we don't want to expose. So one of the reasons to make a private YouTube video or something would be if you want to release that at a certain time without people being able to see in the room. So there's privacy with just unlike for example the B-roll video I made of our weekend. I put it up on YouTube, but I haven't released it to Facebook because I don't want to. Today Facebook was flooded, so I didn't want to release it today when people had already scrolled through the Facebook. So I'm holding it until tomorrow when I can release it on Facebook with a time to it, kind of thing. Whereas the live stream, why do we live stream these production meetings? Does anyone disagree with that use of the format? Should these be private?
I think it depends on the goal.
Yeah. It seems odd to me if you were in a theater company and you were having a meeting about props, sets, etc., it wouldn't be public. I suppose anybody could come, but generally the public doesn't come.
The organizations, volunteer organizations that I've belonged to, the more public we are, the more feel good everyone else kind of reacts. Like whenever there's a closed door meeting, like if it's I'm talking about dog shows, but the board of directors meeting, everyone's kind of like, well, what were they talking about? Like it's granted we could play that whole villain archetype thing with it, but that would be a side quest. But the idea of us being transparent, I think, is more welcoming. Like we're like saying like, hey, you could step in here too. Like,
yeah.
And that's actually why we do it. We've always been a co-creation. Like we were talking about cults or astrology as a cult or whatever the other day. And we've always fought the cult idea that this is a cult or that this is a closed group by just being collectivistic and saying whoever wants to be involved can, like, or cannot. Like in that ways, we keep a collaborative environment going on. That's how we met you, Jen. It was live stream. We opened up the room and there you came in. And so, and also if somebody like how Bonnie Gillespie was in the room last week and she works in LA on production and she was giving us a lot of good information. And so by having an open meeting, we actually got that information. Whereas if we have a closed meeting, we don't.
I was thinking like if we ever wanted to have things be a surprise, like you were saying, where maybe do we want like all the things that we might talk about on the Mars, Uranus, Gemini day? Do we want to like bury the lead sometimes and like surprise and do like a launch announcement? Then that should be like a private planning thing. And so thinking about what do we, and because I think about when Jen and I are figuring out what do we want to do for episodes, sometimes that could kind of make our actual episodes dull. But I do like the idea still of like other things being live or B-roll. Like we were talking about when we first hung up our tapestries, maybe we wouldn't have done it before our first episode since no one knows us, but I was having a hard time with my first one and I was so mad about it. So I just like yanked it down, but it was a very funny moment. And we were like, dang, we should have recorded that and just like kind of posted it behind the scenes later, but we weren't thinking about it in that way.
Yeah.
it was
That is
wicked
funny.
funny.
I would love
It
to
was
see that.
super
Amber was like banging nails into her wall. She's like, this doesn't look right. And she just kept going.
Yeah, and then Sam came over and I didn't get the reaction I wanted and I got upset. So I was like, oh, let's just have a blank wall.
Yeah, you know, in the WWF documentary, they have all their matches, and then they actually show the production team in the production room in their documentaries about the WWF. And so I think this is kind of our documentary about what's going on at the Moyer Press, where people can actually see into the room and be like, "Oh my God, there's a whole team producing that these channels, right?" And like, so I think it's a choice. Like transparency to me is one of the funnest things to do, is be like hyper transparent to the point of being inappropriate. I mean, not really inappropriate, but like you're transparent to a point where people are like, are you really going to show that? And we're like, yeah, we are. Like, but it's kind of like a creative choice to do that. And so I don't know. I mean, we could, though. I like what Kimber's saying. We could close the room on some Mondays if we decide we want a closed production meeting for XYZ reason in order to keep things private. There's storylines that they keep private until they come out, and it takes like months and months of waiting and not leaking any secrets in order to keep the crowd surprised. So I
that
think
like immediately generates content for the page too if we lean into like we're having a private meeting tonight and like kind of jam on that. Yeah.
I think it's like open by default, right? And then it's unusual if it's closed rather than closed by default.
I like that.
I like that. That empowers us to then have a closed production meeting, and anyone can request a closed production meeting on one of our Mondays if one of you, or we could have a half open, half closed. Like we could open the room for half the time, then close the room and have, there's like, we can mix formats, kind of thing. And the way we would do that is I would just send out a Zoom link and we would go meet in the Moyer Press Zoom room as opposed to this StreamYard room.
I was gonna ask how you can have people backstage in StreamYard. You can also, I didn't know if it's just Andy that can see the comments of people backstage, but if you were recording and not doing a live, but you still wanted some chat engagement and inviting people to be backstage and contribute. Or like, I feel like other podcasts and shows will do that, like on Patreon and things. But I feel like you could pick people to be backstage without it being, I don't want it to be like you're just picking who you want to hear from. But if you still wanted that sort of chat of people who aren't on the stage, there's that option too for certain topics. I don't like if we wanted to invite someone like Bonnie or something.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm advanced enough to do that. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about Facebook and using the Facebook format. Because I was thinking about you guys and your show, and I was thinking you guys could be running your content all week long. Like last week, your that inner gold concept was in what was gold, right? Like, and so we were talking about Jenna making a video of like inner gold, and she's in a gold like lame running suit with like gold teeth, and like she could have just like made a YouTube video on inner gold, right? And that would have been like mimicking the content in another format. And so I'm wondering if you guys could run your content all week long after the episode, like whatever the content of the week is. I think today it's like outliers or something. I'm not sure. Whatever that concept is, you could start tripping on it on Facebook, and you guys are talking. Jenna, you saw your post today got tons of engagement, right?
Yeah, well, we had talked about it over the weekend. You were like kind of empowering me to be a little bit more out there and take up a little more space. So I was like, I'm doing it.
And it worked, right? So,
yeah.
But I think we could have you guys, you have your concept for the week, and then you show up on Facebook and Instagram mimicking that content all week long until the next week when you have another, topic that you're up to. And so you could be asking them about archetypes all week long with a different question, or like making commentary about it. But does that make sense? And then the question is, when do we use Facebook versus live stream versus, so let's talk about Facebook. When would we go on Facebook to do things?
Maybe when we're multitasking.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Like if I'm like, I'd like to talk about this topic, but I'm also cooking dinner. So I'm going to throw something on Facebook and then cook and be like, oh, someone commented. Oh, someone commented.
Yeah.
Or to talk about what you're going to be presenting on YouTube.
That's what I was thinking too, like not just after but if we wanted to build anticipation for the next live stream, and maybe it depends on the episode, but I feel like even next week we're talking about purpose not necessarily being your career, and it could be like asking questions about that.
I think that Facebook is like, well, for one, there's like 5,000 people there instead of 500. Mm-hmm. And also there are people who are more ready to interact because on YouTube, you'd have to comment on a certain video, right? Like in Facebook, you comment on the page, and then like kind of like if it's scrolled there at the top, it gets the most interaction, right? So you don't have to look at so many things.
And you could use hashtags and put it on public.
Is there a preference between sharing to our own Facebook and then, or like posting to our own Facebook and then sharing to Andy's wall versus posting on our own Facebook and tagging Andy the way Jay-Z, that's how you do it, right?
Yeah, I think also I do that because I don't have my Facebook profile set so that it's public, like everybody can see all of the comments. But instead, I have it like friends or friends of friends. So Andy's is public. So anything you post on Andy's wall is like out there public, which also means that any of like the web scrapers will get it. It also means that, AI models, large language models can be trained on it. Like Grok is like slurping up all of the anything anybody says.
The FBI can see it.
Yeah, the FBI can see it. So it's that's why I just want to know that everything that I do on Andy's page is public. It's seen by a lot of people, and I am aware that it's in the public domain.
Sorry, Debbie. That was a reference to a conversation we had this weekend. How when you live really publicly, you're like, what if the FBI is watching? And then you have to like one day be like, they are watching. Anyone can see this. Like, and if they are, you have to be like, "Hey, what's up, FBI?" Like, because you can't live in fear, right? So that was actually referring to a conversation we had.
So how would how we get onto how does that work? How do we put it on? How do we
You
tag
just
it?
share to my wall. No, you guys.
You
Let
share
me
it
tell
to
you
your
something.
wall. Okay.
Let
You
me
go
tell
to
you.
Andy's page and then you say make a post, and then you just type it in there on Andy's page.
Ah, okay.
Now, I want you guys to know that I share to my producer's page. He has 9,000 Facebook followers, my producer. And I bother him on his page all the time. I'll be like, so what's our future together? And then he doesn't respond back to me ever. And like, but that's part of our characters. Like, I'm chasing him around. And like, but the point is like, I do it on purpose so that people can see me talking to him. And I know what I'm doing. Right. And it's like, know what you're doing. When you share to my page, you're sharing in front of the 5,000 crowd. Now, it's also good to share to your page because you're sharing in front of your crowd, which is like, if we're a main stage, you're your own main stage. You have your own stage, but like our stage is like walking up onto the main stage and saying anything like, "Hey, what's up?" Right? But just know what you're doing. Like, and so I think it's good to share things to both. The question Jenna had was, "Is it too much for her to share to my wall?" And it's like we never think it's too much to share to the wall. Like the stage is there for a reason. Like, get up on it, and like we will. And I will talk as you saw, Jenna. I talked back to you when you showed up there. So
Yeah.
that's the thing is if we have to take something down, we will. If we have to edit it so that it's a little bit more balanced or something, I would, but I would never critique you, be like, you were too much. I'd be like, okay, let me balance this out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, just know what you're doing, basically, that it is to a crowd.
Well, I think also if you post it on your own wall and then you share that post to Andy's wall, people who are commenting on your wall show up in certain comment threads. And then if people comment on the shared post, I'm pretty sure that's a different comment thread. So I think it's just important to be aware of that and intentional if you mean to, like, that's all another reason why I do it, so that like all the comments are all in the same place.
So, and one other thing I think for using Facebook is you're walking out into the crowd. Actually, that's crowd work. So, like, let's say you do your show on archetypes, then you walk out into the crowd, like at a conference. You're like, so anyway, what do you guys think about archetypes? And then you let everyone talk back to you, and you talk back to them, right? So think about it as literally walking out in the crowd. When you're on YouTube, you're like talking at people, and like I'm up here, and you can't really get to me. But if you never go out into the crowd, they can't get to you after your talk. So
Right.
literally think about it as that. And you can have dramatic storylines on Facebook, like like I've had heartbreaks where like people were like sharing like love songs to our thing, and then we're like, but I'm not saying you have to resurrect those. If anything happens in real life, we can mimic it on the Facebook. And that's also another fun thing to do, is like people are watching your Facebook and this Facebook, and they kind of watch the storyline emerge through there too. Okay, well, we didn't get that far, but just think about how to render yourself in a cool way to all different formats online, including email, including text message. That's your spirit. What is your spirit? Will it ever die? No, it's all over your email inbox. It's all over Facebook. It's all over YouTube. That is your spirit all over the place. So render yourself to all these different formats, and that's you online. Okay? And so just think about why you're using each one and what's most appropriate when. Okay.
Where do you get the most feedback on what you post?
In order to fix that comments thing, and we can get the audience of the 5,000 Andy has, and then I have like 1,400, could I share something and tag you, Andy, like Jay-Z's saying, as if I'm with you, so it goes on both of our pages, and then all the comments from my people and your people are mushed together?
Sure.
Okay. I'll try that tomorrow.
Okay. All right, sorry we have to close the meeting. Kimber, we'd love to see you more on Facebook. No pressure, but like if you're there, we will talk back to you. So
I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure out what my character will be, my brand, but also we can talk about it later. But I am going to be back fully on social media by the end of this month.
Okay, cool. All right, and if anyone has any ideas for next week's production meeting, let me know, or email them to me, or text me, or anything like that.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
thank you all. Debbie, I'll see you tomorrow at 5:15. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
Bye, you guys.
Okay,
Peace.
bye.
Love, bell bottoms.